you, and welcome to episode 66 of Summer Shredded. Sorry, I just had to check my calendar. I couldn't actually manage to get any sleep tonight, so I've sort of given up. It's 1 o'clock in the morning just now, and it's only going to be like an hour until I get up again. So I thought there's no point in me sleeping, I'm going to get stuff done, and just catch up on a load of sleep tomorrow night. So what my plan is, well, what I'm doing just now is I'm getting all the videos that I had edited while I was at Kelsey's uploaded and ready to sort of getting all the thumbnails done and everything, just the basic stuff, the boring stuff. Once I've done all that, I'm then going to go hit an arm workout, which you will then see. I'm going to start off with biceps, mainly because I'd done chest last night, and now it's mainly pushing movements of my tricep, so I'll get my bicep done, then stretch it out with the tricep movements and go from there. I want to apologise for the lack of footage I got when I was at Kelsey's. I was just trying to get as much time as I can with her, because it can be difficult being this far away. So I just thought I'd apologise, because I'm watching these back now and realising actually I haven't done that much workout montages for a while. So I'm speaking quietly because obviously parents are in bed. But yeah, so I'm gonna carry on doing this, and the next time you see me, I'll be on my way to the gym. So I'll speak to you guys then. So guys, everything's now all uploaded. Now it's time to weigh myself. So let's see what I weigh in at, and I'll be back with you guys in a second. So guys, I'm weighing in at 169.9 this morning. I'm pretty sure you can hear me because it's pretty close to my face. But the reason for that is that as I haven't slept, I haven't actually been in my fasted state, as in basically you lose the most weight in REM sleep, you repair the most. So by not sleeping, I've actually reduced my progress, so that shows how important sleep is. So 0.1 of a pound I lost, when usually I'd be expecting maybe a pound or so. So yeah, that's just a little sign to show how important it is. I'm going to go work out, and hopefully if I can get it over and done with quickly, I can have a nap or something. I've just got a lot on my mind at the moment, so that's the reason why I couldn't sleep. I'm not going to go too in detail with it at the moment, but it'll probably be revealed at some point. So anyway, I'll speak to you guys a little bit. Guys, in today's video, what I'm going to be talking about is why I go to the gym. Is it to have a physique of a god? Is it to just stay fit, or is there another reason behind it? But I'm not going to talk about that yet. You can watch this montage, and I will talk about it a bit later on. Speak to you guys after the montage. Enjoy.
There's a war inside of me, and you watch it silently. Any idiot could see that I killed all the hope that I had. There's a war inside of me, burning red and honestly, and I wave it constantly, like a flag, like a flag, like a flag. This knife that's in my back keeps twisting. Anxiety attacks. This is a battleground. I'm caught in a crossfire. My words are weaponry, and I'm waiting patiently. You win the battle now, but I will return the fire. 'Cause I crawl on broken glass to be the one who laughs last. dancing mercilessly, unprovoked and needlessly, and I march you into the sea, just to watch you drown in the end. I am used to these black eyes, to be bruised and antagonized, but it overwhelms my mind to believe that I called you a friend. This knife that's in my back keeps twisting. Anxiety attacks. This is a battleground. I'm caught in the crossfire. My words are weaponry, and I'm waiting patiently. You win the battle now, but I will return the fire, 'cause I crawl on broken glass to be the one. This is a battleground. I'm caught in the crossfire. My words are weaponry, and I'm waiting patiently. You win the battle now, but I will return the fire. I crawl on broken glass to be the one who lasts last. And down the trenches I will go, fight the armies on my own. This is a battleground. I'm caught in the crossfire. My words are weaponry, and I'm waiting patiently. You win the battle now, but I will return the fire, 'cause I crawl on broken glass to be the one. This is a battleground. I'm caught in the crossfire. My words are weaponry, and I'm waiting patiently. You win the battle now, but I will return the fire. I crawl on broken glass to be the one who lasts last. To be the one who lasts last.
I hope you enjoyed that workout montage. And I'm speaking a little bit quietly because in the background there's a guy asleep, probably drunk. You can see he spewed out anyway. But I decided to include my ab workout in it, as well as a bit of cardio afterwards as well, just to sort of make it a bit more cinematic and things. Yes, with this one, because I had a little bit more time, I did focus on, like, once I'd got the pump going, I then recorded, or I found good light and then did like my first set or something. I made sure that I got the best form in there, and I made sure that I got the best, I made sure I got the best like lighting so that you could see what muscles were contracting and things. Yes, it is for showing off a little bit, but at the same time it's also for showing you which muscles should be working and which ones shouldn't. Because I feel like I'm at that stage now where you can see the individual muscle groups. Okay, you can't see veins yet, but you can see the individual muscles like the heart and the bicep and things like that. And I personally use that when, for example, watching someone like Kai Green or someone like that, because they're just so ripped and so like basically like 5% body fat year round or whatever. You can just see which muscle is meant to be working, and they will shoot which muscle is meant to be working, and even down to the minutiae details. It really helps me, so I want to help you guys as much as I possibly can. So I started off with biceps. As you saw, I then began with a long head, then worked my way and slowly twisted it around onto the inner head. Now I did that by the incline dumbbell curls, by going from hammer to then sticking my arm behind and doing regular curls, which I feel does a bit of both. Now, people will disagree saying sticking your elbow behind, but I feel that it does do a little bit, providing you hit the twist at the top. That's just my personal opinion, and you can see it in the contraction in the video. I feel that it does a little bit of both, which is good. I like that. So that got me a little bit almost warm, a cool down and a warm up for each head of the bicep. Then I went on and I started with the inner head of the tricep and then went to the outer head. I feel that that's a good way to sort of go for things, because the inner head is where you want more of a strength, you need a bit more mass to make it grow. You want to give it more of a compound movement to make it grow, whereas with the outer head I feel that it's more of a, I want to find a better word, but the word I want to use is dainty, but it's more of a dainty muscle, it's more of a little one, so you kind of got to do a similar thing that you would do with shoulders, so it's more like repetitions and concentrating on the contraction a little bit more, rather than just sticking a shit ton of weight on and going for it. And that's just my personal opinion, that's just the way I find that my body works, but obviously it's different for everyone. For example, Ronnie Coleman found that he grew the shit out of himself by doing high repetitions of heavy ass weight, and now that's just beastly. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't be able to do that. But yeah, so that's basically my workout. Then I did the ab routine I did was I got from Kai Green. He's done that again. I quote him a lot because he is, in my opinion, he is one of the best that's ever been, even though he hasn't won an Olympia yet, but I can't see it being far off. And it's not because of necessarily his physique. His physique is really good, yes, but his mindset is beyond belief for me. His ab routine is really concentrated, so he does 50 crunches, which basically all you're trying to think about is getting your sternum to your pelvis. You want to just decrease the size of that as much as you possibly can. Then he goes to the side crunches, which again is just decreasing the space. You're not worried about arching at all by going like that. You want to just bring it as close together as possible, so you want to just contract it. I find like breathing out before like doing the sit up, as it were, I find that helps a lot. And then does opposite like knee to elbow. Now it's not important to touch the two. It's just important to get as close as you possibly can from the almost like right side of your rib cage to the left hip almost, because even though it might feel like it's working your hip is where is going to bring in that. Sorry, there's a pigeon. But the hip is where the V-tape is going to come into it, and that's definitely a key part of the abdominal structure. So by going from there to there, I feel that it's definitely something that has benefited me. Then obviously you've got the leg raisers. Now, keeping your legs straight is definitely key on that, and making sure your ass, for me, making sure you keep your bum on the floor is definitely important. Again, for me, because it keeps constant tension on it. You don't flick your ass up, and then that means you don't get any other things supporting it. So like on the way down, you would be supporting your back, supporting with your back rather than your abdominals, which is really what you want to be doing. You want to be making sure that your abdominals are in play at all times. Now, what that's going to do is that's going to not only work the lower abs, it's also going to work the V-taper again and bring everything nicely together. So then did 50 minutes cardio, which just 15 minutes, you saw how many calories that burned. It's just something that I like to do afterwards, either for a warm-up or a warm-down, depending on how I'm feeling. But I've got a feeling that's my bus. So I'm going to go and I'll speak to you guys a little bit later on. However, it's just gone past. What is it going to be? What is it? That's not my bus. DOS. Anyway, I'll speak to you guys. So guys, I'm back from work. Now, before I get into why I go to the gym and do all that sort of thing, I'm going to address a couple of things first. And when I say address, that sounded really like professional, like I'm going to nag someone. I just want to talk about the t-shirt, why I've got a Muscle Food t-shirt on. Muscle Food have a thing where it's either like over 20 or 25 pounds, you get free delivery. And delivery is about £8. So this t-shirt meant I got free delivery by paying £4 for a t-shirt and getting a t-shirt out of it, rather than paying £8 for delivery and get nothing out of it. So I bought a t-shirt. It fits really nicely. I'm going to show you now. It fits really well. I mean, arms could use a little bit of, like, I need bigger arms, but that's my bad. But it's medium, slim fit. It feels really good. It's good material. Maybe even get one yourself, I don't know. Also, another thing, creatine. I did a video before episode 0.5 of Summer Shredding. Now, 0.5, yes, I did a 0.5. If you're just catching up today, go maybe check it out. You can see how bad like my recording was. I was using my phone and stuff like that. Funnily enough, I might go check it out after this just to see how far I progressed. But anyway, I did a supplement video. What supplements I was going to take throughout the shred, and explained a little bit why and this, that and the other. It wasn't a very good video, but it was, it sort of showed what I was doing. Now that's changed completely. Like half that stuff I didn't take, or if I did, I took it very periodically and then decided against it. And even now, I'm to and fro from protein. I've got enough egg whites to last me. Literally, if there was a bomb scare or something and I had to go into shelter, air raid shelter, I'd have enough egg whites to last me a year if they didn't go out of date. But yeah, so I got a load from Muscle Food. But yeah, so the supplement video, I talked about creatine and how I probably wasn't going to take it because it bloats you up with water, blah 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 blah. Now I've done a little bit more research into it because I found it in my cupboard, and turns out I was a little bit wrong. So what I'm going to be doing is I am starting taking creatine again today, well tomorrow. I've made up my smoothies and I put one scoop in the post-workout smoothie. I'm pretty sure you take it post-workout. I can't see it making a difference that much. Jesus. I can't see it making that much of a difference, but I'm assuming it's post-workout. I'll look up on that. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk a little bit more in depth about creatine and what it does and the myths and everything about it on Saturday when it's a rest day, because rest days are boring as shit for you guys because it has no workout footage and no loud music or whatever, and I just feel like they're really boring videos. So I'm going to make Saturday's one interesting and going to go from there. Now, on to the topic of today. I spoke this morning about why I go to the gym and why I get up earlier. I'm going to elaborate on that because I just left a cliffhanger. I talked a little bit about abs. I hope that helped you out. But anyway, enough. Why do I go to the gym? Now, most people will say it's because they want bigger arms, they want a bigger chest, they want to look good, they want to be able to take a shirt off at the beach. Yeah, that's a great point. I completely agree with that. When I was a kid, till probably about 14, 15, I was overweight. So even to this day, I've got a complex about my body. I don't like taking my shirt off in a public place. But at the same, mainly because I used to get taken the mick out of a lot. So taking the piss out of about being fat, you've got man boobs, this, that and the other. So yeah, that was always a thing for me. And last summer when I went to Kavos with my friend Darren, yes, Kavos, I know, don't judge me, we did it to say we did it. I took my shirt off and I felt good. I walked around with my shirt off most of the time and it felt good. I didn't understand like what that felt like. Unless you do it yourself, you won't understand how liberating it is. You think just taking your shirt off, you're a guy or whatever. Bad people do it all the time. But when you're as self-conscious as I was, it felt really good to go around and not get laughed at and jeered at or whatever. So even to this day, I like that side of it where I can take my shirt off and yeah, I don't look like Jeff Side or Steve Cook or Christian Guzman or any of those, Bradley Martin, whoever you want to say. I don't look like those people, but at the same time, I'm proud of the progress that I've done and I'm happy to take my shirt off in front of people now, to a certain extent. So by going to the gym, I make sure that I'm happy to take my shirt off and I feel like attractive. I feel like, okay, she might actually be checking me out rather than looking at me and probably going to laugh at me. This is all a self-conscious thing. So I understand that people aren't that much of an arsehole. But at the same time, in my head, it's always like, they're probably looking at me because they look stupid. And that's probably quite a common thing, just not many people like saying it. But the real reason why I work out, why I get up at ridiculous o'clock in the morning, mentality. Now there's 3 parts to that. I only just thought of the third one just then. I did a take of this before and I only added 2. The first one, it's therapy. Now, what do you do in therapy? I don't know, I've never needed it, I've got the gym. So, by going to the gym, I can work out all my problems. I cause myself pain, is it pain? I don't know, the pump is sore. I make myself sore and it makes me feel good. It makes me look bigger in the mirror. It makes my arms feel bigger or whatever I'm working, you know. I'm going to go with arms because it's the most common thing that people try and get a pump on. I feel good afterwards. I don't have to think about anything else but what weight I'm doing, what reps and how my contraction is in that movement. So it is therapy. I get away from the world. Number 2, as a guy, I've got quite a high testosterone level. You'll see that I've got quite a hairy chest. I've never had a problem growing a beard. I had a beard at a very young age. So that high testosterone leads to not anger issues, but your anger can flip. Now, I come across as quite calm because I'm so used to having my anger just sort of go and fire off. It's quite common that it will just go and I'll be pissed. But you won't notice it because I'm so used to it that I can calm it down. But by going to the gym in the mornings or lifting some heavy weight, I use up that testosterone. I know it doesn't work like that, but that's the way I can explain it. I get rid of that testosterone hit of anger because it's being used up to fuel my muscles and repair. And testosterone is a growth hormone, so it's being used in a productive way. So by doing that, I am then preventing me from flipping out or having a really shit day because someone called me a name or whatever, I don't know. So it prevents me from doing that. And finally, sorry I had to cut that, I completely forgot what I was going to say. So finally, what it is, this is going to sound really stupid and really crazy, but by getting up in the morning, I feel like I'm better than the people that are still in bed. And I know that sounds really big-headed and it sounds really egoistic and whatever, but that's the way I feel. If I feel like I'm better than someone, it means that I'm going to have better things than them. If you're working harder than someone, 9 out of 10 times you're going to do better than them in life. So by me getting up at that time, getting up early, going and working out and prepping my meals and doing all this, I feel like I'm better than the average person. And whether that's true or not, I don't know, but I feel that way. I'm probably just your average Joe, to be fair, but I feel better than everyone else. And coming from a self-conscious background, as I explained before, that feels freaking amazing. I know I'm not the best in the gym, but at least I can walk down the street and think, actually, do you know what? I bet you didn't get up at 3 o'clock, 2:45 this morning and go work out. And if you did, congratulations. I'm not judging you. It's not a matter of I want to demean everyone else. I never want to put people down. I want to put me up. You can stay at that level if you want. If you want to come with me, go for it. Come with me. I applaud you if you do. But if you don't want to, stay at that level. Do your thing. I'm never going to put you down so that I can go up. I'm going to work harder so that you can stay the same and I can go up and I can improve. So that's a little bit of an insight. Why the hell I get up at ridiculous o'clock in the morning. I go to the gym, I work out, I do all the things that I do and that you've seen for the last 60 odd episodes, and yet I still can't count. On that note, I'm going to end the episode here. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I felt like it's been quite a good video. I'm going to do some computery shit and then get some sleep and get ready for a back day tomorrow. So I'll speak to you guys tomorrow morning.